Hello students, let us start with the next video or next topic, which is binary tree representation. So we have seen what are trees, we have seen what are binary trees. Now let us see how do we represent this binary trees in the computer memory. Okay, that means we are going to see how we can save binary trees in the memory. So the storage representation of binary trees can be classified into two, that is array representation and linked representation. So array representation meaning I can save a tree. So if this is your tree, I can save that tree in array. Okay, array is nothing but sequential collection of elements 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this will be an array. I can save the elements into array. That is the first thing which we are going to see. Second is linked list. So if this is tree, I can save the string tree in the form of linked list. So you know what is a linked list? It is collection of nodes. So I can have some nodes, something like this, which are connected to each other, something like this. Some representation, something like this is linked representation. So let us discuss these two things in uh, today's discussion. So first is array representation. A tree can be represented using an array which is called a sequential representation. The nodes are numbered from 1 to n, meaning I'm going to number the nodes. So if this is my tree, if this is my tree, I'm going to number the nodes. I will number this as 1, this as 2, this as 3. If there are a few more nodes here, I will number this as say 5, sorry, 4, 5. If there are further nodes here, I will name this as number this as 6, 7 and so on. Okay, that is what this point is saying. The nodes are numbered from 1 to n, and this numbering is done from top to bottom and left to right. Okay, this numbering is done from top to bottom and left to right. Top meaning starting from the root node. And one dimensional array can be used to store these nodes. So I can number it like this, and I can use one dimensional array to save the nodes. Position 0 of an array, so we know that array index starts with 0. So say if this is my say array, if this is your, sorry, if this is your array, we know that this is 0th index, first index, second index, third index, fourth index and so on. We have some elements at each index, fifth and so on. So 0th position I will just ignore. Position 0 of the array is left blank, and the nodes are numbered I. So I will number these nodes as I have discussed already. I will name this as 1, this as 2, this as 3, this will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and so on. If there were nodes here, I would have numbered them as say 10, 11, 12, 13 and so on. Okay, now how do I save this? Is say if this is my array, if this is my array, I will just number them: 0th index, first index, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now as I said, 0th index I will leave blank. Okay, whatever is the element at first node, I will save that at the first location of the array. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to save the tree in array, because we are studying what? Array representation. How do I represent array in the memory, or how do I represent binary tree in memory? Then at second position, what do we have? We have B. Third position, C. Fourth position, D, and so on. This will be E, this will be F, G, H. Ninth and 10th position, it will be I. Okay, till ninth position it will be I. So there are 9 elements here. Okay, so this is how I will save this particular complete binary tree in the sequential array, something like this. Now the problem is here, this is what, this is a skewed tree. Okay, now skewed tree, how do I number this? I will number this as 1, this as 2. Here there is a node which is 3. So this numbering here was easy because this was complete binary tree. Now this, it is skewed tree. So while representing in memory, I just cannot save uh, A B C D sequentially here. I cannot save this A B C D here sequentially. Okay, that will not be correct, because retrieval of something, of some node, I want to access say child node of A or say parent of C. So retrieval will be difficult if I just save randomly. So I will have to save it in this particular order only. Or to understand this better, we'll just go to the next slide and see these things. So this is a tree which has element A, B, C, D, and E, whereas these dotted lines here are absent. Okay, these are no, there are no elements there. This tree is something like this. I have A, I have B here, I have C. B has a child which is D. C has a child which is E. Okay. So if this is the binary tree and I am trying to save this binary tree in the memory, it's going to look something like this. Okay. So I have numbered them top to bottom, left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if the node is absent, I will have to number it while saving. Okay, so instead of numbering these and all, there are just these simple say formulas kind of thing. Okay, so if I have to find a left child, or let us try to save this particular tree. So first element is anyways at index number 1, so I just save it here. Now I want to save left child of A. Okay, I want to save left child of A. So left child of A should be saved at location 2i. So I is nothing but the level. So 2i, that means 2 into 1, which is 2. So left child of A should be saved at location 2. That is what this particular thing is telling me. So I just save B here. Now I want to save C. So where do I save C? At location 2i plus 1. So 2 into I is nothing but the uh, node number of A. So it is nothing but 1. 2 into 1 is 2 plus 1. So this becomes 3. So the right node of A should be saved at location number 3. So C is saved here. Next, you observe for B. Now with respect to B, I want to, there is no left node, but there is a right node. So for right node, what is the formula? It is 2i plus 1. So 2 into I is nothing but this particular number over there, into 2 plus 1, which is nothing but 4 plus 1, which is 5. So it should be, this should be saved at location 5. So I just save it over here. Then similarly, I want to find location of right child of C. I want to know where do I save this. So the same thing again, 2i plus 1. So 2 into 3 is nothing but 6 plus 1, 7. So it should be saved at 7th location. So this is how I save the tree in array. Okay. Now at any given moment of point, say I want to find parent of say node D. Okay, I am interested to find parent of node D. Who is the parent of D? Then I have this particular thing. I will have to divide I by 2. Okay, so I is nothing but the current node. So 5 by 2 is going to give me 2. Okay, integer division. So 5 by 2 is going to give me 2. That means the parent of D is at location 2. The parent of D is at location 2, something like this. Similarly, any other node you just can consider, you will get the parent at location I by 2. For any node, you will get the child node at location 2i, left child at 2i and right child at 2i plus 1. Now with this background, you can again just check this. So I want to know, where do I save this particular, or I will do one thing, I will just redraw this tree on the, so this is clear, complete binary tree. This particular tree in this array is clear how I have saved it. Okay, it is same as this example. Now this Q tree I will just redraw here. So it was A, B, C, D, and I had E. So it was skewed tree, something like this. All these are left nodes. So this is left skewed tree. Now I have to save obviously A at the first place. A's left node is B. So left node, it is calculated by 2i. So A is at location I. So 2 into 1 is 2. So I will have to save B into location 2. Then C is what? Left child of B. So where do I save C? At location 2i. This B's number is what? 2. It's at second location. 2 into 2 is 4. So C I save at fourth location. Similarly, C's left child is D. So where do I save D? Again, you will have to take this. So 2 into I is nothing but the current position of C, which is 4. 2 into 4 is 8. So I will have to save D in 8th location. Similarly, E is the left child of D. So again 2i. I is nothing but here 8. So 2 into 8 is 16. E will be saved at 16th location. Okay, so this is how the skew tree is represented in array, something like this. So what disadvantage we have here is wastage of space. Okay, if the tree is skewed, if the, in worst case you consider, if the tree is skewed, then there is a lot of space which is wasted. You see here, this location is wasted, these three locations here are wasted, 9 to 15th location, this is wasted. So there is a lot of wastage of memory. So this is one main disadvantage here. If I save binary trees in arrays, then, and if the tree is skewed, then there is a chance that memory will be wasted. Otherwise, if it is a complete binary tree, then the memory is completely utilized. Okay, so this is the disadvantage. Another disadvantage is insertion and deletion. Okay, so if I will have to remove some nodes, add some nodes, then that also is going to create some complexity. Okay, so these two, main is the space. Okay, main is the space. So hope this is clear. So this was the first storage representation, which was array representation. The second is linked representation. Okay, linked representation, as I said, I can represent each node of a binary tree. Each node of a binary tree I will represent as a node. Okay, node is nothing but it is a piece of information, meaning there is some information. You have seen this in linked list. So linked list was collection of nodes wherein every node had some data and some pointer. Okay, here in when compared to singly linked list was something like this, right? You had a node, this was the first node, there was some data here, and there was a pointer. This pointer was pointing to the next data. Okay, data 1 or data 2, and then there was another pointer, so and so on. Here, instead of one pointer, we will have two pointers. Okay, some representations of this you all will see in doubly linked list also. So every node will have data, which is nothing but what is there in the node, what information is there in the node, and it will have the link to its left side and the link to its right side. This, if it is represented in the form of node, it will be something like this. It will be information in the middle, and then this will be the left pointer, this will be the right pointer. So this will point to the left node, this will point to the right node. Now this left node, it can be just a node or it can be a subtree further. Okay, it can be a subtree further. So this is how I can represent binary tree in the form of nodes. Okay. Now when I represent this in the form of nodes, as you had discussed, as you had declared your singly linked list, so we'll have to create a structure. Struct, I say type def struct node. I will create a pointer of that structure itself, that is self-referencing pointer. Then I will declare that particular structure. In that I will have a data field, and then this pointer, I will declare two pointers here which are pointing to the same node, which is left child and right child. Okay, so this is how your node is going to look like. This is how your node is going to look like. There will be a data part, there will be a left child pointer, and there will be a right child pointer. Okay, now if you look at those trees, so this was the skewed tree which we had seen, something like this. There was A here, B, C, D, and E. So this was the left skewed tree. In case of array, there was a lot of memory wastage. But here, if you see, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes reserved, meaning there are 5 nodes and 5 memory blocks are reserved. Okay. So the left pointer, the data part, it has data which is A, B, C, and so on. The left pointer is pointing to the left side, whereas the right child, in case of skewed tree, left skewed tree, there is nothing on the right, so that can be null, meaning there is nothing over there. On the other hand side, we had another tree which was looking something like this. There was a node A here, B, C, we had a node D here, E, F, G, and here we had H and I. So if this I will have to represent by nodes, it is going to look something like this. There will be a root node which is A, which is this. It has a left pointer or a left subtree and right subtree. Left subtree is starting with B. Then this B further has two children which are D and E. D further has a child which is H. H is a leaf node. That's there. That means there are no children for H. So the left and right pointer of H will be null. Whereas for B, the node is the data is E, and E is also a leaf node. See here, there are no children here, so both these pointers are null. So this is how the tree will be saved. Binary tree will be saved in the memory if I use linked representation. Okay, linked representation. So I will just stop this video over here. Thank you.